Hello, parents and students. It's Mr. Dean, and we've had our rental night. We've hopefully handed out the instruments, and I'm here to tell you about our first week in bands. This is a little bit both for parents and for students at the same time. Now, what you need to know about band is the first week is all about putting together your instruments. Okay, some of the instruments have more parts to them, like the clarinet over here has a bunch of parts and it even has some different accessories, some different cleaning supplies. And so knowing how to do all this may take a couple practices. Literally the first week, we just want that student putting this together and taking it apart and trying to make a couple notes. Music is going to go a little slow the first week, and especially if you're a student, you might not sound amazing on your instrument, and that's pretty normal. You know, imagine that the first week doesn't happen super easily, but as you practice a little bit, things are going to start to make sense the second week. And I want to remind you, like, if you don't know how to put together your instrument, it's going to be awfully hard to know how to play it. So definitely practicing a little bit every day on how to put together the instrument is really important. And for those parents out there, you might hear some strange sounds. Even just the act of putting together the instrument and trying it for 10 minutes a day, feel free to congratulate your students as much as possible for completing that feat. Many band students don't make it through that phase. So the more you can encourage them and let them know that they're working and trying hard, that's great. Okay, so half of the battle is going to be putting together your instruments. I will have another video that describes on how to do the clarinet, the flute, the trumpet, and the trombone, and the percussion as well. Now, the second thing you need to be thinking about is the music packet. This music packet has much more than just music. If you open up the cover, of course, there's the table of contents. But even more than that, we have a couple just like little write-ups on how to be successful in band, how to care for your instrument, whether it be any one of these. There's a description on how to take care of it. Each one of these has some daily things that you have to do, and if you don't do them every day, somehow your instrument's going to break or at worst smell like some old dirty socks. And that is a true story if you don't clean your instrument. How to practice is a very important one, and just a description of what your instrument is all about. And I would recommend that if you are new to your instrument, meaning that you're a student, that you sit down and read these things. Just read them, and if you forgot what it was, read it again the next day. We can get you all the information that you need to know about your instrument, because once you know everything about it, then you're actually going to be ready to play it. The last thing to be thinking about is eventually there's going to be a first lesson. And you're going to need to be able to read your music, and that's where it comes to, and if you have one of these laying around at home, it's going to be very, very helpful. That everyone's going to have a different thing going here. A music stand is really, really helpful to have around. It allows you to put things up nice and high, and if you're playing the flute or whichever instrument it is, you're going to be able to see what's going on. It's much more difficult if you're trying to learn how to play the trumpet to be able to look down, because it kind of closes things off a little bit. It's difficult to talk, pointing down, and it's also really difficult to be able to play trumpet. So anything you can do to kind of keep the music up a little bit higher, maybe you have something you can lean against, maybe you have a music stand at home or find one at a store, something like that. But these are some really, really helpful accessories. Well, guys, I hope this helps for the first week. Please take a look at your music book, read things over, put together your instrument every single day, and play a couple notes on it. As I mentioned before, there's going to be 4 videos, one for each instrument, that describes on how to put together the instrument and what to do when you play it, and then how to put the instrument away, because there's a different step for each one. All right, guys, happy practicing. Good luck.